Hello everyone! It is time for another edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Cage TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got. Which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of new, a whole lot of vroom, a whole lot of new vroom, bigger vroom, louder vroom, major vroom, Sergeant Pepper, and the Major Vroom Band. Okay, let's see. We are going back into our career mode. And we're in semi-pro. And we finished the touring cars. And now we're going to jump into the GT cars. That's the order I'm doing them in. I have this order written down somewhere. And GT Class 3 cars, I'm sure I don't have any of these. But we'll jump into it. Aha! It is letting me choose. Do I have any with my livery? I do not have any with my livery. But I do have some. And it's going to let me pick a livery. Let me see if there's any advantage between these. Yeah, this one I don't have access to until I complete one of the events. BMW, in general, I'm not into BMW, so I would pick the Bentley. But let me look in this list, see if it wants me to pick a particular one later. Okay, GT Class Final, fully upgraded GT Class, GT Class 2, Event 1. None of these, I can't even test them right now. Class 2, GT Class 2. I am going to do my investigation as I always do because I have to do it because things are very unclear here. And let's see. Edit this event and oops, go over here. Find the class. Oh, I said electric. Don't want electric. There we go. Okay, here's the Class 2. None of these are the Bentley, right? Okay. Which ones are the Bentleys then? The Class 3s? Yes. Okay. So I will not be using this class again, probably until I get to yes. I can go ahead and use this car. Let's go back to career. Oh, this thing drives me crazy. Where am I? Social, career. This is my life, folks. Never knowing quite exactly what I'm doing. Did I hit the right thing? Yes. Oh, it says Class 3. I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, GT Class 3. I am going to choose the Bentley. The BMWs I don't like. So sue me. I don't like BMWs so much. You know, a lot of people swear by BMWs. I'd rather have an Audi or a yeah, I guess an Audi. If I'm going to get a Bavarian vehicle. Okay. Take the Bentley. No, wait. Oh, I didn't upgrade. Oh, now I gotta escape. Ugh, I didn't put my livery on. I'm sure I won't be able to do upgrades, but this was going to be a shorter series. It's going to end up being a 2-year long series just because I can never hit the right buttons because I can't read the screen. I didn't clean my glasses before I got started. Okay, GT Class 1, and now it's going to let me pick the car, which is going to be the Bentley, and I'm going to do the options, and I'm going to do the livery, so I know which one it is that I'm doing, and go to Motorsport, pick that livery. Okay, and then customize it and change the secondary to a nice bright yellow to match my team icon, and same thing with the tertiary. Okay, and back, I guess, and then apply. All right. Why the menus are so different now? Upgrades. My guess is I won't be able to upgrade any of this. No, because I haven't driven 25 miles. Now, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to do, if the first one, I'll either going to have to do the first one twice, or I'm going to have to see how many miles I have to go and then do a custom race. Because in the career mode, you can't, if you just follow the career mode, you can't follow the career mode. If you beat the first objective, that's not enough mileage for you to even get into the second race. Because the second race is going to require level 1 upgrades to be competitive. In fact, this might require class 1 upgrades. Let's do this again. Does this have class 3 upgrades or just... No, it just has class 2 upgrades. Okay. So the first race will require no upgrades. The second race will require class 1 upgrades. And then the third race will require fully upgraded, quote unquote. They don't specifically say you need to have a class 1 upgrades, but your opponents are all going to have class 1 upgrades. And then for the fully upgraded, they're going to all be fully upgraded. So yeah. I need to have 7 miles to be able to do this. To get the first upgrades. Actually, technically, you don't need to have applied the upgrades, but you must have had enough mileage to apply the upgrades. Which, why would you not apply the upgrades when your opponents have applied the upgrades? Well, that loaded nice and fast, because I just loaded it. Nice to know that they cache. Now they're going to give me a cache. Okay. Middle of the pack, as usual, 11. And we're ready to get going. Well, that's a little loud in my ears. I don't know how loud it is in your ears. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear me over the engine sounds. I know the engine sounds in this game, I had to like turn them up all the way because they were so quiet. Compared to most racing games that are really loud, I had to turn the sounds down. So. And I'm not practiced. I didn't go in here and do anything. In fact, I can't really practice this because even if I do a practice race, it's going to add to my mileage and stuff, which I don't want to do off camera. I want, the playthrough to be all on stream / recorded for YouTube. And so it's the only game I've seen where you can't if you're playing in a career, you can't do practice games because your practice games actually count towards your career. Anyway, but it's also the only game I've ever seen where you have to do practice games because you can't play through the career mode. You can't get through the career mode if all you do is play the career mode races. So, yeah. So that's a little weird, but that's the way it is. Quick check to make sure I put my timer on, which I did. Whoa! So the first race, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna have to look and see if there's anything else that I want to spend money on to upgrade anything. Definitely not going to upgrade sponsorship things. Some of the sponsors are broken, and so I've given up on that. Anything that improves sponsorship things is just to get into certain events and the challenges, you need to have met a particular sponsor's requirements, but some of the sponsor requirements are broken. It doesn't keep track of things. So one was like number of number of eliminations that you've survived in elimination races, and I played a ton of elimination races with that sponsor, and oh, barely avoided it. Well, I mean, I didn't quite avoid it, but avoided enough to not slow me down. And P1, that's nice to see. And I don't think I have any rivals, or nemesis. Excuse me for the throat clearing. My allergy pills have not cut in yet. Yeah, the purple is your quote rival, and you always get that. And that's also something that certain sponsors require you to beat a particular rival. Certain sponsors require you to beat a particular rival, and yet there's no way to get the information on what rivals are in what races unless you just start to play the race and see who is marked as your rival. Then you can go back and change your sponsor. The whole sponsorship thing is kind of messed up. I'd be willing to do that extra work if it wasn't there were just bugs that you can't get by. So unfortunately, I will not be doing any of the challenge sponsor races, even the ones that I have so far were eligible for, the ones that weren't broken. And this guy, it's not like I've shaken this guy off. Oh, that was a bad turn. That was a bad turn. That was a very bad turn. Let's see what the cut in. So, also, the other thing I won't be doing is any drift races. I've tried a drift. I'll do the drift challenges and the challenges. I'll do a drift challenge and I'll just come in last. Even on the easiest difficulty I tried, and it's, I can't. I come in dead last on all the drift challenges, so I'm not going to bother to do the drift section, because I would not be able to do more than the first race. Anyway, because I wouldn't be eligible for any other races, so I wouldn't get any of the things I need. I'm not a fan of drifts. Drifting, I'm terrible at it. I don't buy games for drifting. I stopped playing, in fact, Forza Horizon 4 because they started one expansion kit where you couldn't get in the final race unless you could 3-star all the drift challenges. It was like, forget that. So I actually got turned off of Horizons. And I loved Horizons. I played for, well, I can't even tell you how many hours of time I spent playing drift, or playing dirt route, playing Forza Horizon for like even played the what was it? Fast and Furious expansion for 2. Got all the expansion kits, everything, 3, 4. And then they kind of said, no, you need to be able to drift to be able to get open up all the races. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not playing you anymore. And then they started locking vehicles behind skill walls where you had to be able to beat, the highest AI level on some racer, like the second highest AI level. So they want to reward the better players is the idea, but the less better players spend just as much money as the better players. So when you keep the less better players from some of the content that they spent an equal amount of money for, that's not right. I mean, if it's a cosmetic thing, that's fine, but if there's actual content, like actual cars, actual races, when they tell you you have to be better to get it, yeah, I don't approve of that. And I've said before, is this a multi-race event? I think this is a multi-race event, so I might be in trouble here. I'm going to start me last. Yeah, it's like, I'm not that good. I'm a tryhard. That's why it's called tryhard racing. And I can see it in certain types of games. You know going in that if you get a platformer, you're going to have to be decent at platforming to be able to, quote unquote, beat the game, to get through the entire game. But racing games, there's no reason to not make racing games have an easy enough difficulty level so that everyone can get through the racing games, right? Oh, I'm hearing wigglies. Let's see if the warblies keep going. I might have to plug the controller in. All right, continue. Start. I think from here I can see how many events there are. It just says about one. It doesn't say how many races. Okay. We'll find out if it's 2 or if it's 3. If I knew it was 3, I wouldn't even try to win the race. I'd try to finish like in the middle. Because then they would start me in the middle of the pack for the 3rd race and have a good chance of winning or finishing at least in the top 3. If it's 2 races in the event, then I might as well go all out and try to win it, get in the pole exactly. Because the problem is if I do well enough, if it's a 3 event race and I do well enough in this race to still be leading the event, then they'll start me for the last race in last place. Now it's 2, I will already have 2 victories, so you hold back and defend. Now that I've passed my guy, I don't want him overtaking me, my teammate. You know, even with the loudest, even with the engineer voice turned up to the loudest, I cannot hear what he says. And it's not just because I'm always flapping my jaws. But I'm in 2nd. So I'm going for it. Now if I win both events, that's probably going to be enough that I can finish way down in the pack on the 3rd race. If there is 3 races. If I win this race. Keep getting using inappropriate terms, race and event. But in context, you know what I mean when I say race and event, right? Uh-oh. Oh, did you have a spin out? Poor guy. Well, if I win these first 2, I probably could come in last and still win the event. I shouldn't be too worried. And so far, none of these have been elimination events, which it's kind of, you win the first race, and then they put you in last, they start you last in the 2nd race of the event, and it turns out the 2nd race of the event is an elimination race. And you've got, 30 seconds or something to get out of, you have to get, the first elimination, they start eliminating 2 people at a time. So you gotta not just get out of last, you gotta get, out of 2nd to last as well. And they gave you a little bit more time on the first eliminations, but it's still not a lot of time, so you can really get messed up if they start you last in the elimination race. And I try hard not to restart races. I don't use flashbacks. The game, they expect you to use flashbacks. That's one of the arcadey aspects. The vehicles are very aggressive, insanely aggressive, and on the higher difficulty levels they get more and more aggressive. And if you bump into somebody, even if it's their fault, if they spin out and hit you from the side, or they rear end you, you might get a nemesis, and then the nemesis, they give a speed boost to the nemesis, and their only goal in life is to catch you and knock you around. So I think the game expects that you're going to use a flashback if they treat you unfairly, but I refuse to use flashbacks. So the alternative is to restart the game, which I also hate to do. And it may look like this is too easy of a AI to play against right now, and it is too easy for me right now. I would prefer it not be this easy, but when I turned up the AI to the next level, they were even more aggressive, and I could not hope to finish first ever, because unless I continually restarted races and turned flashbacks on and stuff like that, and I wasn't willing to do that. So I will restart a race if they like crunch me out in the first turn and I end up in last place with damage and I have no chance. Then I restart a race if it's early enough. If it's my fault, I try not to restart the race. Alright. And I think this means that it was only a 2-race event. Yep. And I won it. Won the event. Yay. Now let's see if I can pay attention next time. See what the parameters of the next race is. Oh, but did I get in my 7 miles? That's the question. Yeah, I want to kind of see how many people. Okay, Jackson finished. Jackson Lewis. Oh, see, Jackson Lewis was actually. He finished second behind me in this race and second behind me in this race. So he maybe he was my rival. No, see, this guy was my rival. He finished down here. Was that Laura? And Laura did not do so well in the second race either. Oh no, there's Lori. There's Lori. No, Laura. Laura. Is Laura not here in the second race? Oh, she's got to be. She's not. So I don't even have an opportunity. So supposedly you have to beat so-and-so, but she didn't even race. This is supposed to be my rival, right? The blue one is purple one is my rival. She didn't even race in the second event. Or she didn't race in the first race. She didn't race in the first race. She only raced in the second race. This is the second race standings. But she's not in the overall at all. How is she not in the overall at all? She should have gotten... Oh, she's down here. She's just not counted as my rival down here. So she wasn't counted as my rival in the first race? I guess it must be that in the events. It's only in the races that they count rivals. Okay. I think I understand that. You don't have a rival in the event. You have a rival in a race. You have to beat them. According to the sponsorship, you have to beat them in a race, I guess. So many times? I don't know. What do I know? And, I'm just going to go right here and see. It was the Bentley. Not that Bentley. Which Bentley was that? that one. Yes, it is that one. Okay. And apparently I do have the miles. Okay. Bentley Continental GT. Okay. So I should have the miles to do these upgrades, but I want to go, before I spend that money, I want to be absolutely sure. And it never leaves you where you left off. It sure would be. Okay, now this is 3 rounds in this event. And yes, the Bentley upgrade. So I got my 7 miles in. So that's good. And there's no benefit to doing the flashback upgrade, because I don't care about flashbacks. I don't care about flashbacks. Oh, see, currency upgrade I would want. Racecraft upgrade I don't care about. Currency upgrade I might want, but I'm not gonna. The currency upgrade isn't gonna matter for the final race with this car, because I'm going to spend more for the currency upgrade, because I have to get these 2 in front of it and that one. I'll spend more in the currency upgrade than I will get in profit for this car in only 1 race. So I would just be throwing money away for that too, because you only get to use the cars so many times. All right, let's do it. 3 races. Clean it and respray it. It is upgraded. It's got the right livery. And now, if it's an elimination race, I have to be careful. It is an elimination race. Are they all elimination? I want to finish no higher than 3rd. I will throw this race if I have to, because I don't want to start in last place. That's how I can lose. At least then I will be starting outside of the first elimination spot. And if I get 3 third places, that's fine. That will do. Because they don't share the none of the drivers, opponent drivers, actually get more than 1 pole position. They don't get the same driver never finishes in podium position. The same driver never finishes on the podium twice in any multi-event thing. So that's kind of, or if they do, it's just a fluke. They don't say, okay, this person is the fastest, so you'll have basically 1 person to beat. They don't do it that way in this game. Most racing games do it. In this game, it's like, no, we'll just pick a random number and we'll assign speeds randomly to different cars. At least I think, in general, I don't know about. I'm in 3rd place now, so. I'm gonna wait until 4 is about to be eliminated, or 5 or whatever. And I can get towards the front of the pack, I suppose. But I do want to finish in 3rd place. That'll keep me from being one of the first eliminated. I won't have to worry about that. And then I'll finish, in 3rd place again. Then I can finish in 1st place after that because I finished in first place after that. For the third race, I will probably still have to start from the back of the pack. I don't know. I don't know how smart this all is. But yeah, I should actually be trying for the lead because I'll see exactly when number 4 is when number 3 is about to be eliminated. Yeah, this is actually all my strategy might not matter because I could have gotten the lead early on, but I held back, and now trying to get back into that position is getting to be a little bit harder. Now, obviously, if it was a single race event, then yeah, I want to finish in first, but because of the way they flip the order around, we're better off. In an elimination race, I think I'm better off because this is the most potentially unfair. Just because of their aggressiveness, and they start you at the very back, depending on where your standings are in the event. And I suppose you could manipulate it even more if it was based on where you stood in the previous race. Because then you could make sure, oh, I'm not gonna be. I'll place lower in the first 2 races to make sure that I'm not in the top. In the event as I go into the 3rd race, so they won't start me right at the back. I may end up starting right at the back in the next race. Oh, I'm about to be eliminated. Oh, I passed that guy just in time. No, I ran out of space. That was a terrible run. I wanted to be in 3rd, but 3rd and 4th were eliminated at the same time. Which if I could have passed that guy, I didn't realize they were still doing 2 at a time. Oh well, 4th is okay. They will now start me not in the very back. Definitely could tell they had upgraded cars though. I'm glad mine is upgraded. Yeah, 3 and 4 got eliminated at the same time. So to make sure I didn't get into 2nd, I kind of stayed with 4th, but by the time I realized we were both getting eliminated at the same time, it was like, oh, do I need to go around this person? And then never did. All right. So where am I starting on? Not last, which is good. I'm starting, should be starting with 3 behind me, right? Yes, I'm starting with 3 behind me. Okay. Now I do want to try to move up pretty much as best I can. If I end up in the middle of the pack, I'll still probably be okay for the next race. No. You want to quit? No, I don't want to quit. I want to actually start the race. I don't know if I have to win this event to open up the next event. I might only have to finish 3rd. in the last section I did, and maybe it was the last type of cars I did were touring, I think, and some of those events I did have to finish in first, but I don't remember the first race of the car they put me in. I had to finish first, but I don't remember if that was the very first one, because they give you like 2 different cars for each of these things, or car classes for each of these things. Like this is GT class 3, and then GT class 2, those 2 groups. And I don't remember if I had to finish first. I know one of those 2 I had to finish first, even in the first race, which is not usually the case in the first event. And when I was playing in Rookie League, at least, the first event I only had to finish like 4th, and then I had to finish 3rd and then 1st for the final race. Okay, I'm in good shape. I'm in 6th. 6 may actually be pretty good for me, depending on how consistently they've given out points. They'll be giving out points to the other drivers. Again, I may not want to come in. The best thing would be if I was 2nd in the event or 3rd in the event when I come up here, but I probably won't be. I'm in 3rd now. I know there's 3. I'm gonna take a chance and finish in 3rd again, because I think I can. It looks like I could win the last race fairly handily as long as I don't start in dead last and get an early elimination. So I'll finish in 3rd, but that doesn't guarantee that they won't start me off in last again, because finishing 3rd in the first 2 races might actually put me in, well, finishing 4th and 3rd, that's right, in the first 2 races may mean that they put me in last. That I'm still in 1st place in the overall. So we'll see. And that's actually my teammate. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. Oh. Yeah, you're gonna get passed. I knew it. Finishing 4th again. My teammate to hold back. I have no idea what he said. I think I turned the engineer sounds all the way up. Check that again. For everyone watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed my Midsummer Marathon. I have not actually played it yet at the time that I'm streaming this, recording this. But by the time this releases on YouTube, that will have been finished. You'll have to go on Twitch. You want to see the VOD though. Five and 6 are about to be eliminated. Now 3 and 4 is going to be eliminated. Yeah, I don't want you to come past. Now this guy's going to be all aggressive. Look at this. Now he wants to try to pass me because he wants to stay in 3rd. No, I'm going to be in 3rd. I'm guessing a 4th and a 3rd is probably enough for me to win the race. Or to be leading in the event, which means I'm going to have a hard time in the last race. But if I have to do the last event, the last race over again, I'll do the last race over again. I'll just restart. Yep, I'm in first place. Okay. Well, if I get eliminated quickly, will I have to do the race over again, or will I have to do the whole event? I think I can just do the race over again. Okay, they're going to start me in last. I have to hurry up and pass people, and then it's going to be madness. But yes, a third place and a fourth place was enough for me to come in first. Good afternoon, Sneering. How are you? Didn't you already say go? Yeah, you already said go. Oh, did you leave? Because I didn't respond to your go right away, you left? Good afternoon to you, sir. All right. Coming from behind, coming from last place in the elimination race is the worst. Because you only got like 30 seconds or something to get to pass 2 cars, so you won't be eliminated. And then you'll only have like 10 seconds after that to pass 2 more cars. And finishing 4th and 3rd may not be enough to win the event. Finish the event race. Now, I don't know why I told my guy to hold when I was still hadn't quite passed him. But I thought I was going to pass him, so. Okay, on a nutsy. Obviously now though, if I win this race, I'll win the event. I probably, again, only have to come in like 3rd or something. Another nemesis. Got it. Oh, 2-wheeling it around that corner. Breaking hard, breaking hard, breaking hard. Is that my teammate in front of me? I thought I told you to hold back. That's not my teammate. Got a green logo. Similar to mine, but it's not. Don't have the green thing on the map. The green teammate indicator. Okay, well, I can at least gain the lead, starting from last place in this particular elimination. It's unlikely I need to win this race to win the event, but if I can, I'll feel, hey, I won a race. I'd hate to backdoor into the event winner without winning a race, but not backdoor into, that's probably something completely different. I don't want to back into the championship in the event by not winning any races, just coming in 3rd each time. Because, that's not realistic. And that's not the way other video games work. I mean, realistic, you don't really have 3 events. You have a longer season than that. But yeah, in other racing games at least, they generally pick the same people as being the fast, tier 1 drivers, tier 2 drivers, tier 3 drivers. The AIs have certain personalities, and so you generally have, in one event, you have one of 2 other people that you need to beat. If you don't win the race, it's only going to be one of 2 other people that might win the race, and the next guy will finish in second place of the AI drivers. If you want to win, you have to at least win one race, and if you don't, the same person is likely, the person that wins the first race is likely to finish no worse than third in the second race, and first and third is worth more than 2 second places. Okay, I will finish at least in second. The guy behind me is a nemesis, so he gets a speed boost. There we go. Yay. Yay. I did clean my microphone contacts today, and the USB contacts with the controller and everything. D-pad contacts. Things should be better, less mic crackling. If I bump it bad, it'll still crack. If I move the controller around, it shouldn't be rubbing. Okay. Yes, first place in the race, and first place in the event, and first place in the team. Yay. Give me the monies. Now, do I have enough to, do I have enough mileage? Because that was 3 races, I almost certainly have enough mileage for the upgrades. Wrong button. GT. And it's the Bentley Continental GT3. Come on, tell me, buddy. Spray that thing. Yeah, now it looks good. And I do enough money for this. Well, not all the stage 2 upgrades, maybe? Oh, I should be eligible for all of them. I mean, I knew I would have enough money. The problem was, would I have enough mileage? I needed 25, and I've got... I was not going to tell me. Whatever it was, I have more than 25 miles. There should be a way to tell how many miles you have. Tell me how many miles I have. Fix a car in your garage. Yeah, doesn't tell you how many miles you have. Interesting. Well, we are coming up on 50 minutes here, so I think that's time for me to take my first break before I start the next event. The next event will be the Semi-Pro GT fully upgraded class, and this is only 1 round, but it's going to take more than 10 minutes, potentially more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to save that for I'm going to take a break here and save that. Yeah, I'm gonna break. Oh, if you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I will be right back after just a couple minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that'll be it for this YouTube episode. The next YouTube episode will be the next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, which is Iowa time. And I think by the time this comes out, everyone should be, U.S. should be on daylight, should be on standard time. So, yeah, everybody will be 6 hours later in UK and all that stuff. But just to be sure, since different countries change summertime, different times, just see what time it is in Iowa at 6 p.m. I live in Iowa, but I have nothing against Iowa, and it's easier to type. Alright, folks, Twitch, stick around, YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.